famous rabbis of yesteryear. Now I'm going to explore a few highlights of famous rabbis' life. Rabbi Avraham Chaim Naeh, very, very great rabbi, 20th of Tammuz this week marks his Hilul Chav Tammuz. He was a rabbi that had a close, let's say, very, very close connections within regards to the Sephardic community, especially during his time in Israel. So I thought we will speak a few words within regards to him. He was born on the 3rd of May, 1890, passed away 21st of July in the year 1954. He was a Lubavitcher. He was associated with the Lubavitch Hasidic community and was known as a major halachic authority. He was very active, especially during the first half of the 20th century. Famous for his work, the Ketzot HaShulchan, the Piskei HaSidur, Shurei Mikveh, and the Shurei Torah, measurements of the Torah, as you can say. And very interesting, he would look into biblical measurements, especially onto contemporary measurements, conversions within regards to that, and which is actually seen as a practical significance in much of halakha, which involves specific requirements of precise sizes and quantities. Now, he was actually born in the city of Hebron, one of the 4 holy cities of Israel. His father was Rabbi Menachem Mendel Naeh, and he was, let's say, the head of the Magen Avot Yeshiva, which was founded by the famous Dei Chemed, the famous rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before, Rabbi Chaim Medini, who was a chief, he was a head rabbi, I think, in Hebron, in the same rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before. And so his father was really, let's say, into that specific greatness in of itself. Rabbi Medini, I believe, was the head rabbi of Hebron. He was a famous rabbi over there, and he was actually the son of Rabbi Raphael Asher Eliyahu Medini. And really had huge connections with many of the Sephardi chief rabbis and the Sephardic community, especially in Italy and various other places. His family would have. So his father had an integral part over there, that connection of the Magen Avot Yeshiva over there. He would study in his youth at the Ohel Moshe Yeshiva under Rabbi Yitzchak Yerucham Diskin. And then come out the year 1912, Rabbi Naeh would publish his Chanoch Lana'ar, a book containing laws, especially for bar mitzvah boys that are 13 years of age. Now, First World War broke out. The Ottoman authorities expelled people from Palestine who did not possess Turkish citizenship. So many of the dispossessed Jews would actually go to Alexandria in Egypt, I think, where Rabbi Naeh will go on to open a yeshiva called Yeshivat Eretz Yisrael. His yeshiva had as many as 200 students who had been exiled from Jerusalem. Now, in Alexandria, Rabbi Naeh wrote Shenot Chayim, a special, let's say, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch for Sephardic Jews. So you can see he was very close, had many connections to the Sephardi community. In 1918, he would return to Palestine and would serve as personal secretary of the Eidah Haredit under Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld, one of the famous Ashkenazi rabbis of that specific era in of itself. And okay, so then he would publish, I think, his most famous work called Ketzot HaShulchan in the year 1926. In 1948, he was a founding member of the Rabbinical Council of Agudat Yisrael in Jerusalem, and later helped, let's say, found the Haredi Weekly newspapers such as Kol Yisrael and Hamodia, respectively. He would be part of over there. Let's explore a few more highlights within regards to the famous rabbi's life over here, because let's go into in a bit more detail over here within regards to him. Now, he would, at the age of 11 years old, he was, when he actually went to the Magen Avot Yeshiva in Hebron. Now, I really hope that at one stage we will do a separate video speaking about this Torah institution. I think it's very, very important that we will speak about this, because we're doing a series also on the history of yeshivot over there. So he would be over there. He would study inside the Yeshivat Magen Avot, which was, this, as we stated before, was actually founded by Rabbi Medini, as we said on the outset. It was a very great rabbi of that point in time. And when he was 12 years old, he was examined specifically on various different tractates in Talmud, especially in Masechet Yevamot, Masechet Chulin, and Nida, various different commentaries on Tosfot. I think his family would actually move to Jerusalem, I think, at a later stage in time. And he would go on studying in the Ohel Moshe Yeshiva, and later Torat Chaim Yeshiva in Jerusalem. And he was ordained to teach. I think he received, as we said before, his rabbinic ordination not just from Rabbi Diskin, also from Rabbi Yaakov Orenstein, Rabbi Yaakov Winograd. And when he was then he would get married. I think He married Rabbi Deborah, the daughter of Rabbi Shaul Yitzchak Pfennigstein, if I'm not mistaken, establishing the Batei Varsha neighborhood in Jaffa. He would travel, I think, to Lubavitch, to the Rebbe of Chabad, if I'm not mistaken, at one window of time. Now, later on, he would leave to Israel, and he would, I think, spend time in Bukhara also. He would be collecting money for Eretz Yisrael. Remember, he was very close to the Jewish community of Bukhara, especially, I think, in the city of Samarkand. He would teach Torah over there, spend a window of time over there. He would compose a detailed summary in the Bukharian language, I believe, laws of Tefillin, called Chanach Lena'ar. So as you can see, he had very strong connections with the Sephardi community of the whole. And he would, they actually really spoke about him very highly. He would wear special clothes, which I think reports of which the Bukharian Jewish community would have worn also. So we talked about how he spent time in Egypt, also worked for the Sephardi community over there. And he would translate different works, I think, in Arabic to Ivrit, really having a connection within regards to that. I believe he passed away on the 20th of Tammuz. I think it was back in the year 1954. He was buried in, I believe, in the Har HaMenuchot, it's reported over. So he passed over there. I think he sadly suffered from a heart attack. He also helped, especially the Chabad Kollel over there, the Torah to Emet Yeshiva. He, I believe, at one stage in time, he would meet Rabbi Cook, the chief rabbi of Israel. So he was very, very well, let's just say, he had a huge breadth of different connections with many, many different rabbis all throughout his different life. He composed many different Torah works, especially on the Shulchan Aruch. And let's explore some of his publications over here, which I think is very, very important. I think most notably, there was just a few of the publications of his. Piskei HaSiddur, Kuntrus HaShulchan, those one, then the Kutzot HaShulchan, famous book. Kuntrus HaChaliva, we spoke about, there was one time a big issue with regards to milking on Shabbat. I think a specific topic we'll talk about that. Luach Kolel Chabad, that was another one. Divrei Tzedek, that was another book, which was connected to Rabbi Yecheskel Landa and Rabbi Yaakov Shimshon Mishpi Tovuka, I believe, and Rabbi Yaakov Yosef Mepulana, if I'm not mistaken. There was various other books also. They write many, many different books. You'd have many different famous descendants, I believe, also, which we have to point out. He had 9 sons and daughters, I think. One of his sons was Rabbi Shneur Zalman Dovba, I believe. And then there were the other sons, Rabbi Baruch Naeh, for example, who passed away in the year 1995, for example. He was the brother of Rabbi Avraham Chaim Naeh and Rabbi Yitzchak Naeh, So he all throughout he had, I think there was various commemorations. Some of his grandchildren, great-grandchildren would, let's say, start up various organizations in the memory. I think the streets in Beit HaElit and in Meir Shrim neighborhood in Jerusalem that are named after him, and various different places which you have to point out also. Let's just look at a few more of his writings also, which we have to look at. Shirei Torah, Shirei Tzion, Shirei Mikveh, Kuntras HaShiurim, Piskei HaSiddur, Kuntras HaShulchan, Divrei Tzedek. This is just a few of his different books also. So he was very well traveled. It's actually in October. He was, I think, close with another Sephardi rabbi, Rabbi Nisim Nachum, where he would actually, this Yeshivat Eretz Yisrael in Egypt, he would actually form with Rabbi Nisim Nachum, a rabbi I believe we've spoken about on various occasions before. Also, he had close connection, I believe, with other rabbis, Rabbi Raphael Oporo Gola, who was the rabbi of the city, and Rabbi Avraham Abiksa, who was the head of Jewish court over there, a rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before. Actually, I think we had one of his descendants actually speak about. He was also a scribe of the court of the ultra-Orthodox community and was a rabbi of the Bukharian neighborhood, also in those different vicinities also. So he was also one of the founders of the Kashrut committee. We said the Agudat Yisrael, and he would, in connection with many other rabbis, including Rabbi Avraham Yeshaya Karelitz, a famous Chazon Ish, and many other people. So we have to point out, 20th Tammuz is Hilula, passed away 71 years ago, buried in Har HaMenuchot in Jerusalem, Mount of Olives rest place. Let's explore a few of the teachings from his book also. So that's interesting. It's featured, I think, in Siman Tet, in Shnot Chaim book, in Makor Chaim. I think in Daf Lamed Aleph over there, 31. Melamed lamtin al hativa ad shisayem chavero et kriyat haTorah. That was one of his teachings. Another teaching of his. Melamed shelo nishtano hachasidim mikol haolam lorot pneihem halacha acheret. This is actually featured in the book, which was printed in the year 1937, which was, I think, published through Levi Zuckerman, if I'm not mistaken, the Paskei Sidur, and there's various other teachings of his. Now, friends, we're a community here. We're learning about famous rabbis of yesteryear. If you descend from any of the rabbis we're speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to get more information. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe now. We're nearing a staggering 7,000 subscribers, which we can only just achieve with your fantastic subscriptions and generosities, so on and so forth. If anyone's interested in watching any of these videos, please share these videos also to other people and help this community grow. We're going from strength to strength over here. Now, friends, I'm recording this at the time of the fast of 17th of Tammuz over here. So I'm fasting as we speak. So we're going on, we're moving forward here in today's video, how important actually it is. So everyone, I recommend everyone to learn more. On this channel, we don't just record about the history of great rabbis. We're doing many different projects on this channel. For example, we're also doing daily tidbits of the day Daf Yomi. This is another project we're working on over here, which is absolutely phenomenal. Another thing that we're doing on this channel over here is Parshat Shuvua videos. We're exploring the weekly Torah portion. We have a special series at the moment where we speak with famous rabbi or Jewish personality. We'll give some chizuk. We'll speak about various different important Jewish topics, grappling the Jewish world nowadays, giving chizuk. Also, we speak about various fasts. Naturally, happens to be a fast day. We do a Yalkut Yosef Sephardi, let's say halacha series also, where we speak about various different important laws within regards to the Sephardic community, and so on and so forth. We're really exploring a lot. So I have to point that out to you. And we're going from strength to strength at the moment. We're trying to expand at the moment. We're trying to grow and just do huge things. So you can all be part of this at the moment. And as we spread our wings. So friends, wishing you all well. And wishing you all blessings here from Israel. Let's hope we're going to see the rebuilding of third Beit HaMikdash now. And just enjoy, friends. So thanks everyone for watching and have a great day. Thank you.